we've located the exact location of Hafiz Saeed in Pakistan, in Lahore. This is where he resides. Satellite images, as well as for the first time, videos of Hafiz Saeed's residence. This area there that you see, which we've marked out, is the main residence where Hafiz Saeed stays with his family. And then right below that is a mosque or madrasa where all of his, in fact, terror groups, those who are part of the LAT, who he gives teachings to, sermons to, they gather at this very location, at this mosque, which is right next to his residence, that particular area there. Then there's a residential area again that belongs to Hafiz Saeed. And right after that, a private park. So that private park is belonging again to this terror mastermind. He's living the good life in Lahore. And what you see here is footage where there are security officers posted right outside Hafiz Saeed's residence, right outside the lane there. They're there 24/7, armed as well, provided by the Pakistani army. And we have, for the first time, spoken to the security officials to give us that confirmation that, yes, Hafiz Saeed lives here. This is a terrorist, a terror mastermind that we're talking about, who has blood on his hands, who's living the good life in Pakistan's Lahore.
इंशाल्लाह जल्दी के रही तो इंशाल्लाह मुलाकात होएगी एक दो चार दिन ठीक है सर जी
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਰਹੇਗੀ इंशाल्लाह
ये हाफिज साहब दे पर्सनल ने
हां हां हां
हाफिज ने
खालिद साहब आंदे ने खालिद
ये जितनी भी सिक्योरिटी हाफिज ने पर्सनल रखी सारी इंशाल्लाह जल्दी के रही तो इंशाल्लाह मुलाकात होएगी एक दो चार दिन ठीक है सर जी
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਰਹੇਗੀ इंशाल्लाह
ये हाफिज साहब दे पर्सनल ने
हां हां हां
हाफिज ने
खालिद साहब आंदे ने खालिद
ये जितनी भी सिक्योरिटी हाफिज ने पर्सनल रखी सारी इंशाल्लाह जल्दी के रही तो इंशाल्लाह.
Okay, let's bring in Ankit Kumar for more details on this exclusive that Ankit and Arvind have accessed for us. Ankit, just to break down for our viewers this particular area, we understand Hafiz Saeed has been living in this area for the last many years, openly in Pakistan, in Lahore. And this is something that our agencies are also aware of, reportedly tracking him very, very closely.
That's right, Akshita. Hafiz Saeed living in Lahore is no secret. Remember why we are bringing Hafiz Saeed back again. After the terror attack in Kashmir, we had seen a lot of names, especially on social media, a lot of names coming up. From our conversations with, and based on all the intel inputs that we are given to understand is that the kingpin, the main mastermind behind the Kashmir terror attack is Lashkar-e-Taiba chief Hafiz Muhammad Saeed. Now, Hafiz Saeed has been changing his locations. Remember, prior to 2016 surgical strikes, Hafiz movement across Muzaffarabad, Chakoti, all these places, Hafiz was very frequent. After September 2016, the movement of Hafiz Saeed was restricted in POK. His movement was largely around the main cities of Pakistan, especially in Lahore. But even in Lahore, his place of work was Markaz Al-Qadsiya, not this place. Now, since Balakot, since Feb 2019, this place has undergone massive change. And just to give you some sense, on the size of these buildings, this building number 2 that we are showing, it is larger than 11,000 square feet. So it is not a small structure. This again, the building number 1, this place, the building number 1, this is where Hafiz Saeed lives with his family members. This is a mosque, also a madrasa, and one part of this building, we are being told is used by Hafiz Saeed as his office. A lot of people come here to meet him. Remember, there is one small entrance here and the main entrance of this building here. In this building, there are 2 gates. I'll show you. In the main building, there are 2 gates. This part has 1 gate. This part has 1 gate. So early in the morning, generally what happens is Hafiz Saeed leaves this building. He then enters this mosque. He spends some time. Then he goes back. Another interesting part about this entire locality is this used to be a very large public park. Over past few years, what has been done is a part of this park has been carved out to make a personal park for Saeed. So this is a personal park for Hafiz Saeed. This is his operating area where he works. also doubles down as a mosque and madrasa, and this is where he lives. This entire locality is called Johar Town in Lahore, a decent posh locality with very dense population. So this is where the Lashkar chief lives, openly, living a very normal life, just like a common citizen. This again, if you see this, this is a very busy, very busy highway. Thousands of people cross this highway, unaware that LET chief, one of the world's most wanted terrorists, lives only steps away from this very busy road. Akshita.
And just imagine that the fact that he is living in plain sight, plain view itself tells you how Pakistan views a terror mastermind. They celebrate him. They provide him with all necessary perks that he needs to continue his terror plotting. And, it's shocking that nobody's really taken note of this, or for that matter, pulled up Pakistan for letting a terror mastermind live in this manner. It takes you back also, Ankit, to how Osama was also being shielded by Pakistan. In complete denial, of course, Pakistan remained and claimed that no, he wasn't in our soil, we didn't know. But that was exposed. And now this sham also of Hafiz Saeed being exposed because they've repeatedly claimed he's behind bars.
But remember, Akshita, it took the might of the US military to expose Pakistan's lies on Osama bin Laden. Remember, if I remember correctly, it was then Pakistani president, I believe, Asif Ali Zardari, who said that Osama was not in Pakistan. He might have shifted to some other country. He might have been dead. But until the day in 2011, when the US Marines took out Osama bin Laden, before that there was no evidence, there was no public knowledge of Osama living his high life in Abbottabad. Same is the case with Hafiz, with one very stark difference. Osama's living place was a very quiet neighborhood. There was the population density was not as much high as in this place. This place is a typical Lahore colony where thousands of people live very close by, as you can see. What we also given to understand, Akshita, is that a lot of former Pakistani military officials and their families live in this locality. So this Johar Town locality that was specially designed by the Pakistani military for Hafiz Saeed to live, in some sense, is different than what was facilitated to Osama bin Laden or, for that matter, Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar.
The footage that we have, Ankit, of really that entire area where Hafiz Saeed resides, it's perhaps for the first time that we've also captured the kind of security detail that he's been provided. And this, 100% exposes how the Pakistan army shields this terror mastermind.
We have been told, Akshita, that since these footages were kind of sent from Lahore, the security has increased multifold. So what you are seeing in these footages is only a glimpse of the kind of security that the Pakistani establishment provided to a person like Hafiz Saeed. Also, to give you some sense, this white building that you see, the vantage position from where the camera, from the footage was taken, is just behind this white building. So you can see the kind of access even our agencies have. This is also kind of sends a message. Remember, a lot of talk is happening. What kind of response India is going to give? While nobody knows for sure and nobody should know. But from our understanding, we can tell you that this time India's response might be different than what we have seen in Balakot or after what we saw past Uri. This time, the kind of response is expected is a long-term sustained campaign. You will see a number of responses that might spread over months or years. So it is very important to identify, to have a proper knowledge of where your targets are, where people like Hafiz Saeed live, where people like Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar lives, where other people live. So these kind of intelligence, is very critical.
Absolutely.